Gary Joseph Potter Jr. In this lesson, let me give you some licks, some tips, and some techniques for soloing over a blues in C. After you watch this video lesson, click on the link that's right below this video, and that will take you over to practicetheguitar.com, and there you can practice with this blues exercise at 15 different tempos with full notation and backing tracks to practice along with. Go check it out. This Licks for Blues Soloing exercise is designed to help you with the basic techniques that you would use for soloing in a blues situation, and also your phrasing, to get that call and response type of phrasing that takes a little bit of work to get down. And one of the big techniques that you're going to want to work on for this style of playing is bending. And when you're bending strings, what you want to try to do is never try to bend with just one finger. You don't want to do this, because it's going to be so much more difficult to get the string and to get the note up to pitch. So what I always try to do is, if I'm bending, say for example with the third finger, then I'll use the first and second finger on the two frets right behind whatever fret I'm playing to give me the control and the strength to bend that string up to the pitch that it needs to be. You can see there that I'll actually jump and switch my whole hand position to get my third finger up to that correct position to put the other two fingers behind it. Another technique that you would want to really work on for this style of playing is hammer-ons and pull-offs. So when you're doing a hammer-on, what you're doing is you are playing one note by picking it and then attacking the next note with your fretting hand. It gives you a smoother sound and a more relaxed sound rather than having each note picked. It changes the articulation, makes it sound a little more musical when you're looking for that type of thing. So when you're doing a pull-off, you want to make sure that you pull down and away to get the note to ring. So, and what I'm playing through here is the C minor pentatonic scale. If you're not familiar with the minor pentatonic scale, you can go to practicetheguitar.com and practice the scale at 15 different tempos with notation, backing tracks, and everything to practice along with. It's a really good technique builder, and that's one thing you could do is simply go through the scale doing hammer-ons and pull-offs. And one more tip here for slides is shifting positions using your first or your third finger using a slide. Or you can see that when you have to get from one position to another, using your first finger or even your fourth finger or your third finger will definitely help you to quickly and easily shift those different positions and make it sound seamless. Let me give you a closer view of my picking hand when you're doing hammer-ons and pull-offs. You can see how I'm basically just only picking the first note on each string. So I usually do that with downstrokes. And of course when you're doing the pull-offs, usually you're descending when you're doing pull-offs. I'm just pulling down and away with my fretting hand. One more thing that you see quite often when you're playing a lot of blues phrases is this sort of finger roll thing that happens. And the reason reason why we're doing that is because you end up playing two notes that are on two different strings but on the same fret. There's like the Chuck Berry thing. That's if you were to pick both strings together. But what you'd want to do here is basically bar your first finger over the first and second string. And notice that when I'm going up, I'm kind of rolling my first finger if I'm trying to separate the two notes. If you're trying to get them to ring together, then you don't have to roll the finger. But if you're trying to separate them, a little roll just to get the second string to stop ringing when you're trying to play the first string gives you that sound that you're looking for. I really hope you enjoyed this lesson. Click on the link that's right below this video, and that will take you over to practicetheguitar.com, and there you can practice these licks at 15 different tempos with full notation and backing tracks to practice along with. Go check that out.